Alright, so I'm going to be showing how to open up and disassemble this. I think this is a 13-inch MacBook Air. Alright, this is an M1 MacBook Air model A2337. I guess this is a 2020 model. Alright, so anyways, we're going to be using a Pentalobe 1.2 or P5 screwdriver, and we're going to remove all the screws from the bottom. Alright, you want to keep the screws in order because they can be different size shim lengths. The way I do that, put them flat side down like that on my desk in the pattern I remove them. So we have this rectangular shape. Okay, so we're going to remove all the screws and just keep them in that pattern on my desk. Alright, if this video helps you out, make sure to like, subscribe, share my channel with others so that they can learn how to upgrade and repair their devices as well. If it helps you save a bunch of money, please consider contributing a little to the channel. Every little bit helps and allows me to continue making these videos for a living. Alright, I'm not exactly sure if the M1 model has any weird security stuff, but we'll find out. Hopefully not. I mean, we're just taking it apart and putting it back together. Apple sometimes likes to do stuff where they make the computer not turn on unless you bring it to them, so we'll see. I don't think this has that. Anyways, once we remove all the screws, we're going to grab the back here, and then I like to use my palm to kind of help pull it and kind of wiggle it like this, and there we go. Alright, so there we go. We got the bottom cover off. Okay, we're going to disconnect the battery first. Okay, so let's zoom in here so I can show you what it looks like. So the battery connector is a little weird. They have this metal latch here. Sorry, I know it's shaking around. We're going to flip this latch up. I just use my fingernail to kind of flip that, as you can see. And once you flip that latch, you can use that to pull that out. Alright, once we've gotten the battery disconnected, I'm going to have to see, because this has a lot of things blocking the way, so I don't know. Alright, anyways, we're going to press and hold the power button here for 15 seconds to drain any residual power. This will make it safer to work on, alright, and greatly reduce the risk of damage. So we're just going to hold this power button 15 seconds. Okay, give it about 5 more seconds. Alright, some people ask if they have to do this. I mean, you don't have to do anything, but it makes it a lot safer, so yeah, why take the risk? Okay, let's go ahead and take a look here, because I haven't actually worked on this model before, so I need to see what I'm working with here. There's some plastic flaps here. Looks like there's stuff under there that might actually be, that's part of the battery. Interesting. So the main board is just this tiny thing here? Huh. No, I think there's stuff hidden under here as well. Okay, so we'll figure this out as we go. Alright, hopefully you guys will be able to follow along and hopefully won't run into any issues. We're going to try the T5 or Torx 5 first. Okay, give me a second. Oops. Okay, so let's go ahead and see about removing these two screws. Yep, those come out. Let me actually zoom in. Okay, again, I'm doing this for the first time on this model, so keep that in mind. Alright, everything is kind of learn as you go. Okay, so we got those two out. We're going to get these out, but I think those are a different size screw, most likely. These are like T3 or Torx 3s. We'll try a T4 just to be safe, because you don't want to use too small of a screwdriver and damage anything. Okay, so yeah, that doesn't fit. So we'll use a T3, Torx 3 screwdriver. Okay, sometimes people ask me what size screwdriver. I mean, you should be able to figure it out. Just use one slightly too large and work your way down to smaller. Okay, so we got that screw out. We'll get these two screws out. Alright, and we'll get this screw out. Alright, so we got those. We'll take this out. We'll set that metal plate aside. Okay, we got a speaker connector here. Let's see, we got another tiny screw over here that we got to remove. Okay, so remove that as well. Alright, this speaker cable looks like it's going to be a huge pain to remove if you have to remove it by itself without taking this out. I don't know if I want to remove the adhesive here first though, so let me see if I can somehow pop this out. I'm going to try and get this thing under there and see if I can pop the... Oh, okay, we can. So there we go. You can see we popped the speaker connector out. Actually, the customer told me the speakers were having problems. They turned it on when there was still water in it, which is a bad idea. But anyways, let's go ahead and actually take the speaker out, why not? Because we want to make sure. The problem with taking these out, Apple will definitely know that you opened it up, so keep that in mind if that bothers you. If you plan to ever bring it to Apple, if you take this out, they will know, because it's impossible to take this thing out cleanly. So what you do to remove this, I'm going to move this up here because we are going to have to stretch this. Oh, I have another MacBook I was working on. I forgot to put this on. Give me a second. I need to actually finish that. Okay, I'll finish this and I'll do that one later. All right, anyways, we got to peel this off. So what you do is you get underneath, peel this up. Okay. All right, once you peel that, and one thing I found is if you kind of lift this up with something else, okay, it'll help make getting this out easier. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to get this in here, and I'm going to use this to kind of help pry it up a little if I can. Let's see. Okay. And then we're basically going to be pulling this straight back. But if it feels like it's not moving, we are going to have to lift that up somehow. But okay, I'm trying to pull this and it's not really moving. So I probably have to use something to kind of get underneath here and lift that up. So let me do that real quick. So you can see this thing. This plastic stuff likes to all flip and disconnect itself. Okay. All right, let's see if I can lift this slightly so to make it easier. Okay. Not really. All right, I guess I'll just carefully try and pull this. And you want to go, again, very slowly. Yeah, I don't know if that's even coming out. I might have to pull it up. Actually, kind of, but not really. Okay, it looks like it's working. There we go. Once you get enough of it out, actually it will become easier because the front will release and it makes it easier for the adhesive to kind of continue. Okay, so we're going to continue pulling this. Again, you want to go very slowly. You don't want to try and go too quick here. Okay, if you go too quick, you can snap this and then it's going to be a huge pain and you're probably going to end up having to break the speaker to get it out. So slowly, as you can see, I'm pulling here just to hold it, and then I use my finger to help push it down and then at the same time slide it back. And that's kind of the trick because that helps keep the adhesive flat along with the speaker. Okay. And I'm using my thumb to push keep the Mac pushed forward. All right, and we're just going to keep going. Again, this is a very tedious, long process of getting this speaker out, but just keep going. Okay, just like that. All right. This is one of the more annoying repairs. Okay, when you get close to the end, you can actually feel the adhesive gets easier, and you want to be careful to grab it and let it stretch back together so it doesn't stick all to itself, all right? Because it will try to stick to itself, so. All right, so I'm gonna get this adhesive and stick that out of the way. Okay, and since we already undid the screw over here, we should be able to lift this out. Okay, and it looks dry, so I think we should be okay. So the adhesive actually just goes underneath here, and I'll show you how to put it back. Okay, so I'll set that away. All right, we'll check the other side speakers as well. Okay, this one's a little bit easier because you have more room to kind of pop that connector up. All right, so same thing, we'll get the thing underneath. Okay, get under there, and then you go towards the edge and pop that out. Hopefully you could see that. All right, come on, get that out. All right, it's coming out. Pop that underneath, and there we go. All right, we're going to use the T3 Torx 3 screwdriver again to remove the speaker screw here. Okay, there we go. And we're going to do the same thing with this speaker. Same thing, get that adhesive out. Again, you want to go very slow doing this. So we're going to grab this, peel it up. Huh, that thing's stuck on there. Okay, well, hopefully that won't affect anything. Okay, we're going to pull really slow. Again, very slow. Hopefully this isn't going to break, because last time I did one and it tore, and that was a huge pain. Okay, let me see if I can kind of pry this a little bit to make it less likely to break. Okay, let's see if that helped at all. I'll try and peel it. Again, you want to go very, very slow. The initial starting, as you can see, it's very slow. You can see how slow my finger is pulling away. I don't know if this is part of the stretch adhesive, because I've never seen where it leaves this behind. Let me see if I can peel this up actually. Is this just to hold that piece in place? Oh, okay, I guess it's just to hold that in place. So I guess I can leave that there. Okay, let's get this back in there and stick it back down. So this is just an adhesive, I guess, to hold the black plastic piece. Okay, we're going to keep just slowly trying to pull this. You can see it's barely moving, and you don't want to try and force it and go quick, because that's going to make life a nightmare. Okay, it should slowly speed up the further we get. This adhesive feels different. It's less sticky than the other one, so it's kind of weird. Alright, you can see now it's moving faster. Okay, we're getting there. Alright, so we're just going to keep slowly pulling this adhesive back. Again, use your other hand to keep it stretched back, and then use your finger here to pull it and your thumb to push. Alright, that's the trick. Okay, we're getting there. Uh-oh, it's getting stuck. Alright, again, you don't want to force it out. It feels like it's getting stuck, so we're just going slower. Come on. Don't snap, please. Just keep going. Ah, my thumb is hurting from doing this. Okay, keep pulling, keep pulling. We should be getting there soon. Why is this one not getting easier to pull? Okay, it helps to kind of pinch it too, so when it gets to the end, it won't just launch the thing. There we go. Okay, so we're gonna set this aside. There we go. All right, let's get this speaker out and see. This speaker also looks fine. All right, microphones are here. Okay, now my thumbs are hurting from that. Okay, let's go ahead and remove the trackpad cable here. We got 2 screws. These are also T3. Okay, get that out. That out. Hopefully we're not going to be missing anything. Again, this is the first time I've ever opened this model. Apple keeps changing things around. We're going to pop this out. I like to go in opposite corners and kind of just wiggle to pop this up. There we go, just like that. I don't think we need to remove the trackpad and stuff here, but you got the trackpad cable. I'm pretty sure this is for the keyboard. All right, and we're just going to leave that. Okay, what else do we got here? Am I gonna have to remove the wireless antenna board? Okay, I'm gonna try doing it without removing the wireless antenna board and the screen. But there's the screen stuff all over here. But again, I'm gonna leave that. I have other, I have other MacBook screen removals where this looks very similar. So if you want to find out how to remove the screen, I have videos of that. Just let me know, and I'll send you one that looks very similar. It should be about the same. Right, we're gonna remove the 2 screws here. Okay. And we'll see what is holding. Oh, this thing just pops up like that? Interesting. Okay, again, I'm going to leave the wireless board. I'll see. Hopefully we don't have to remove that. If we do, then we'll go to that. All right. I'm going to remove this. Okay, this one goes here. And we'll remove this big screw here. Okay, what else we got? Wireless card. Okay, or wireless antennas. We'll remove these screws. Wireless card, by the way, is soldered to the main board. Okay, got 1 screw here. Looks like the charge port or the USB-C board ports are removable here, but I'm just going to disconnect it, all right, because it should be okay. Let's go ahead and remove the 2 screws here. 1 there, 1 here. All right, we'll take this metal plate off. And then we'll pop this out. So just like the other ones, I just use my fingernails and pop that up. We can move that out of the way. And there's a cable down here, so you want to be careful. Let me actually zoom in. All right, we're gonna get this little piece up. All right, get that plastic up out of the way. Oops, come on, peel that up. Once you peel that, you can see this little latch. Flip that latch up. And then we should be able to pull this connector out just like that. I think this is for the microphones. I don't know. It could be for other stuff, but all right. You can see actually the motherboard is going to come out. Do we have to pop out all these connectors as well? Let's go ahead and pop these out. I believe this is for the fingerprint reader. Okay. Touch ID. It looks like there's adhesive holding it down. And then we got another connector here. We'll pop that out just in case. Let me see if I can scrape this cable off of here just in case. So I'm gonna get under and I kind of like twist it a little because it's held on with adhesive. There we go. And we can actually remove this cable. And here, oh, okay. Is that water? Oh, there was a little bit of water under here. This stuff is like a glue. So I'm wondering if water got in the headphone jack, and maybe that's what happened. Inside here is pretty clean. There's no fans, so all right, I'll try and dry this out a little bit. So I'm just using a handheld air blowing thing to kind of blow that out. When they said the speaker wasn't working, it could be that. Because if this board is damaged, then it might think that there's headphones plugged in. I do see a little bit of stuff there, as you can see. Some corrosion, so see if we can clean that off a little bit. I just use a toothbrush and scrub it up. Scrub a dub. Okay. Oops, sorry, I'm going out of view. Alright, and now if you look at it, that thing is just like a little gold or copper point or whatever. It's no longer green and whatever. Okay. Alright, so we'll set that aside. Let's see, can we lift this board out now? We do have to take the wireless antennas out first, I'm pretty sure. So let's go ahead and go over there. I think these T3. Okay, grab that metal plate and lift it with the screw. Keep it together. What's that? Get off. Okay, then we got these wireless antennas. We're going to pop these out. So I just use my fingernails at the tails and pull straight up. There you go. All right, let's go ahead and see if we can pop this motherboard or logic board out, whatever you want to call it. It's actually called a logic board because everything is kind of attached to it now, but yeah. All right, so we're going to lift this up, get all these cables out of the way, especially the battery one seems to be in the way. We're going to flip it up. All right, work our way slowly. Oh, we do have to remove this cable as well. My bad. Don't forget to remove the LCD LVDS cable. Of course, 2 screws holding that in place. All right, get that out, and we'll flip this connector up as well. There we go. Now we got it disconnected. Okay, so you got this thing here. This is actually just a heatsink. So as you can see, these 4 screws actually hold the heatsink on top of the CPU. So the CPU is underneath on this side. Okay, and then they got this big metal plate as a heatsink. I honestly don't really see anything underneath here, so I think we should be okay as far as liquid damage or anything goes. Their screen does have some bad damage on it, but hopefully that will clear up on its own. A lot of times that kind of, I can actually see where there was some like residue or something there, but it looks like it dried up. They said they spilled on it yesterday. Okay, so I think we might be okay here. Everything looks okay. Set the board aside. Let's take a look, and yeah, this looks okay. So we're just gonna get the dust out here, and then let's go ahead and reassemble this. So this is the first time I've disassembled this. If you wanted to replace this cable, you can. I don't think this will really break. It doesn't move anywhere, it just sits there. So the only time you need to replace this is if you accidentally tore it by not disconnecting it and ripping it out. There's also the cable here. Okay, this has the plastic stuff on top, and then the same thing, kind of connector where you flip the latch to remove. Anyways, let's go ahead and get this back in. There's all these cables, so you want to be careful. Okay, so we'll get this back underneath the wireless antennas. Okay, and we're going to work our way over to the right again, get these cables all out of the way. Okay, here we go. Alright, and then get that lined up, dropped into place. Tricky part is making sure everything's lined up because they don't have anything that forces it into alignment. So, okay, and make sure all the cables that we need are back on top. Looks good. Alright, so let's see here. What do we got? Okay, I'm going to actually put this cable back in first because that's what we did last, and it kind of helps with alignment because it has to be in a certain spot. Okay, there's this junk on my hand. Okay, line that up, make sure it's pushed into place, and now get this back in, line that up. Okay, loosely fit it first so that we can get both screws in. That lined up, get the second screw in. Okay, tighten those down. Hopefully you guys can see everything I'm doing. It's hard for me to pay attention to what I'm recording. Alright, then we'll get this lined up. Okay, it looks like we have to move the board a little. The way you know it's lined up is if you try and move it around, it stays in place. I'm actually trying to move the board too, and this. Then you click it in. Same thing with the second one, line it up, click that in. All right, clicked in easily. Get this metal plate, put that back on top, get the screwdriver. All right, line this up. Go, get that in, should be good. If you want, you can kind of, it's a little bit crooked I feel, so line that up. Okay, so we got that. Let's go ahead and get this into place. Again, I'm getting all these connectors in first just because for me, I feel like it helps line everything up. Okay, it helps to kind of look from the side here. You can't really see. I think I have to actually pull it over a little bit and slide it over. Let me see how this connector is designed. All right, so we actually have to pull, oops, sorry. We actually have to pull this back some while we kind of get it in. And then click that into place. All right, I think that went in. All right. Let's go ahead and get this plate back on top and get those screws in. If you're wondering, this is what the bottom looks like and this is what the top looks like, okay? Get the T3 screws again. It's hard to see where's the screw hole? I can't see when I'm from back here. I might have to get in the way if I can't see, guys. All right. Get in there, screw. All right, that actually worked. Okay, second one. Get this lined up and tighten that down. Good. Center this and tighten that down. Okay, we can now get in the microphone. At least I think this is the microphone connector. So pull that back slightly, get it lined up, get that into place, pull that in with the tab. Once you got it all pulled in, you can slide your finger over the latch to lock it down. There we go. Okay, got this one, get that lined up. And then we'll click this into place. I'm trying to look from the side, it's hard to do this. All right, helps to kind of look at an angle to make sure it's lined up, and then click that in. Good. Okay. Let's go ahead and get the little metal cover on this. Loosely fit, second one. All right, and get that in. And get that in. All right, let's go ahead and switch back over to the T5 or Torx 5 for now and get all these screws back in. Hopefully you guys were able to see everything I was doing. Okay, so I'll get this screw. Make sure there's nothing in the way, right? It's not lined up, so make sure to get it lined up. There we go. Second one. So far looks good. All right, we're gonna work our way over here. We'll get these in. That screw in. Get the giant one that goes in the center. We'll get this in. Okay, there we go. And then we'll get these two in. All right. Another one over here. There we go. Perfect. Okay, let's get this thing in. Okay, so we'll get this. Goes in at an angle. Okay. Oh, this is going to be a little tricky. Make sure to hold this cable up out of the way. And there we go. Okay. All right. We're still using the T5 or Torx 5 screwdriver. We're going to get these screws in. I'm going to hold this up against the case. All right. I just loosely fit that first. Okay. While holding this in place, we're going to now tighten this down. Tighten this down. Okay, we're going to get these two cables in. Right, so if you were doing this, you actually only had to take this one out. Okay, let me shove this excess slack in there. Get this lined up and plug that in. Here we go. All right, and then we'll get this one in. I'm gonna have to hold it at a weird angle. Hopefully you guys will be able to see because I need to see. Okay. Oops, sorry. I guess you guys aren't able to see. This is gonna be a little tricky. I'm gonna undo the screws here, and maybe that will make it easier because it can lift up slightly. It's hard to see what I'm doing here because it's very small. And I have to do it at a particular angle to make it easier for me to see, but then it makes it hard for you guys to see. So, okay, let's see here. Can I do it this way? Let me clean the dust out of here real quick. Okay. Can we get this in? Oh, I have to slide it down slightly. It's not lined up right. There we go. Okay. So I had to actually look from the side here and to make sure everything was lined up. All right, now it's lined up. Okay, good. Let's get these screws back in. Sorry if my head's getting in the way. Okay, get this screw in. Okay, I think we already tightened these. Good. All right, what else do we got? We got that metal plate that goes on top, and then we got the speakers. All right, we're almost done here. Okay, we're gonna switch over to the T3 or Torx 3 again. Okay, I'll actually put the black screw first because that one doesn't go in the bracket, it goes up here. And if you noticed, there's no replaceable SSD, no replaceable RAM, no replaceable CPU. The only thing you can change is the speakers. You could technically replace the battery. I actually worked on one of these earlier. So if you wanted to see the battery replacement process, just let me know, or you can check my channel. I actually probably need to change the title to like M1 MacBook Pro or something because, yeah, I think I didn't do that on the other one, the MacBook Air. Okay, got all those screws in. Last are the speakers, and then we'll reconnect the battery, plug it in, and hopefully we get power. Okay, let's zoom out. Okay, and these speakers, the way you get these back in, so you have this. What I like to do is I'll take this piece, okay? So I don't know what happened with the adhesive piece on this one, but let me see here. Okay, I guess it kind of wrapped on itself. Maybe that's what happened. Can I separate this to fix it? It's all like stuck to itself weird. I don't know. Okay, I don't know. This one's like stuck to itself weird, so can I peel this apart somehow? Kind of, not really, no. Okay, it doesn't want to separate, so might have to just leave it that way. Okay, we'll just leave it that way. We'll grab this, we'll put this on top, okay? Oh no, that's gonna be very lumpy. Okay, I need to see if I can somehow separate that because I don't want to have that lumpiness in there. Can I separate this? If we have to leave it, we have to leave it, but I'm gonna try with some needle nose pliers here. You can see it doesn't want to separate. It's actually just stretching this adhesive stuff. Oh, can I do it that way? Oh, that actually worked. Okay. Okay, so it's not perfect. This stuff is actually unsticking itself and then messing itself up. So I don't know what to do, guys. Let me see if I can stick it flat. Oh no, don't stick to yourself. I hate this adhesive. Okay, so this adhesive, it's like, there we go, it's separated. But it likes to keep sticking to itself and pulling on stuff, as you can see. So it makes it difficult to work with, because you have to kind of like keep it stretched out as you're working on it. And I can't really do that. Well, I need like 3 or 4 hands to do this. Let's see, can I do it that way? Okay. That's probably the best we're gonna get it. Okay. So now what we're gonna do, just wrap this thing back on top here. Okay. Just like before. Flip this over. And we'll just stick this back on up here. Just like this. Okay. There we go. And now we can actually put the speaker back in. Get the dust out of there. All right. Put that back in at an angle like this. Slowly drop in. Oh, shit. Are you kidding? This metal plate goes on top of there, so we have to take this metal plate back out. All right, take that back out. Now we can put this back in at an angle. I like to try and push it against the wall with my thumb. Slowly drop it. Oh, I'm getting a call. And then we'll push this connector back into place. Give me a second, I'll be back. All right, I'm back. So we got that, we pushed that into place. So let's go ahead and get those screws back in now. All right. And then we're gonna have to switch back to the T5 to get the speaker screw in. Or was it a T3? I think it was actually a T3, so we'll stick with this screwdriver. Okay. This screw in. All right, let's tighten them down. Okay, don't forget this screw here to hold the speaker into place. Okay. There we go. And go to the other side and do the same thing. We're gonna get the speaker. Okay. Yeah, this one's kind of a little weird. The plastic stuff kind of overlaps on itself and messes itself up, but right, we're gonna have to just deal with it. All right, so we'll stick this on here. Okay. So we'll hold that. Oh, it's sticking to itself. All right, let go. Okay, and then we'll just grab the adhesive and wrap it back over. If for some reason you damage this adhesive, you can put any double stick adhesive. You don't have to use this. Just don't put too much. You don't need a crazy amount like this. Apple just likes to make things difficult. All right, we're gonna go at an angle like this. Again, same thing. Hold this against the wall. Push that down. Get this lined up. Same thing. Click that into place. All right. We got one more screw here for the speakers inside. Everything else is all outside. So we'll get this in. There we go. I think this speaker, I might have put the screw slightly at an angle, but no. Okay, it's good. All right, last part. Let's plug it in. Plug the battery in and plug it in. So make sure this latches up. Make sure the little square piece on the side of this connector lines up with the little notch there so you can drop it in. So what you do is you get the back in. I don't know if you can see, there's a little L hook there. Kind of looks like a little shoe. Come on, focus. You can see that little foot shoe. Okay, so this actually slides in like that, you can see. Once you slide that in, you can push that down. And then this metal latch goes on top and you just click that into place, all right? Just like that. Click that into place. Okay, so the battery's now connected. Power is live on the computer, so be very careful with it now. Okay, let's get the bottom cover back on, and then hopefully it will power up. Okay, this did have liquid damage, so You never know with liquid damage. Last minute, you could be working on it. It could have turned on right before, and it could like fry itself. So you want to be very careful with this, with liquid damage stuff. Let the customers know that it's not always 100% chance. Sometimes it might be good. Sometimes it can go dead in the process because liquid can move around inside the computer. Okay, anyways, we'll get all these screws back in. And that's pretty much it. Oh, we're going to do a PRAM and SMC reset if we can. I think M1 models don't do a SMC reset, but we'll see if the PRAM reset will work. But anyways, other than that, that's all there is to it. Hopefully this video helped you guys out. If it did, make sure to like, subscribe, share my channel with others so that they can learn how to upgrade and repair their devices as well. If it helps you save a bunch of money, please consider contributing a little to the channel. Every little bit helps and allows me to continue making these videos for a living. Other than that, thanks for watching, and yeah, I'll see you on the next one. Let's get this last screw in, and let's see if it powers up okay. Yeah, we'll do PRAM SMC reset. Flip this back over. Let's get the USB-C charging cable. Open this up. Most likely it won't turn on until we plug it in. You'll know because you won't feel the trackpad doing anything. Alright, then we'll plug this in, and hopefully within a few seconds the trackpad will start. Yep, the trackpad now clicks, and you see the Apple logo. So we should be good to go. There is water trapped under the screen. If your MacBook has water trapped under the screen, as long as it's not going in here, you should be okay. The water will eventually evaporate. If it's anything else that's not water that leaves residue behind as it dries, then it's likely gonna not evaporate. But here you can see it has all those bubbles. That should eventually go away. So you can use your MacBook, you should be okay. As long as the liquid doesn't somehow get into here eventually, you should be okay. Alright, so that's pretty much it. Let's try the, I didn't try the PRAM reset. The trackpad's working, so we'll restart. Hold Command Option P and R. Also, the trackpad on these models are pretty easy to replace as well. So if you needed to do that, and I didn't show it in this video, I can actually send you a video to a link to another. Okay, that didn't work. The thing is still going. But yeah, anyways, it looks like PRAM reset didn't work. I'll try one more time. Once I see the Apple logo come on, I'm going to try pressing and holding. But it looks like on this model, maybe it doesn't accept PRAM reset. Right, let's restart. Let's see when the Apple logo comes on. I'm going to press it. Give it a few seconds. Uh-oh, I'm getting a call again. Give me a second. Hold that. And no, it doesn't do a PRAM reset. Okay, so no PRAM reset, no SMC reset. Anyways, that's it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you all in the next one. Let's drop this. Bye.